everybody. It is Met Gala Monday. I'm happy. I really wasn't gonna come with no car rant today because I'm in an all right mood, you know. But then my friend, basically my childhood friend, right? I've known Ray since I was like, how old was I when I moved over there? I've known Ray since I was 9. Yes, I've known Ray since I was 9. She used to be my next door neighbor, and she sent me this clip of Viola Van Zandt, and I will play it.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if
a bus
he owns
driver?
the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus,
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well.
Boom. Okay. So I thought that this was very poignant, and I had to just come and do my little car rant about it because me and a lot of other Black women discuss this kind of frequently, right? Not too invested in it because I'm married, but still I understand their point of view. I get it, and I feel like it's something that needs to be talked about more. Every other group of people on the planet, every other group, every other race of people, tribe, gathering, whatever you want to call yourself, group, has something that's called hypergamy. You can marry up, or you marry for resources. Most people do that, right? Even in poorer countries, Africa, Asia, people are marrying women specifically because we're viewed as a commodity. I didn't make the rules. I'm barely 30 years old. I was born into everything being like it is now. So yeah, most people, women, because we're seen as a commodity, are used by our families and stuff to marry up to increase the wealth of the group, right? Or if we're going to go back to older times, it's like, oh, my family owns a bunch of land, and then this dude has a bunch of livestock, so we're going to group up and then we're going to become a real power couple, right? And that's why we're getting married. And our love and all of that is completely on the back burner, if on a burner at all. And this is all about the advancement of growth of our groups, and that's joining together to create something better. With Black people, specifically in America, because as I discussed with my friend, I don't see African girls having to go through this either. Anytime that we talk about dating or we want a potential partner, especially when it comes to marriage, right? If we are ever to mention or even give an inkling, a hint at that we want to marry somebody with some money, it's seen as bad. It's so demonized. Oh my God, we're made out to be the worst people in the world. Oh my gosh, she's a whore, she's a gold digger, she's this, she's that, she's When it's like, in reality, relationship, an adult relationship, especially a romantic relationship that you were hoping to blossom and, turn into something bigger than you, which the only step beyond a romantic relationship is marriage, and the only step beyond that is creating a family together. That's how the chains work. So if you were looking to marry a person, right, then you're looking to have a family with them, you're looking to create a life, that takes money, a significant amount in these times in America. And there ain't no two ways around that. Anything that you want out of a romantic relationship, dates, money, trips, money, spending quality time together, money, because neither of you can be at work. You have to have something set up so y'all can spend that time together, because we've all been, broke or something on the grind, and you don't really have time to be laid up with nobody, kicking with nobody. Even if time, which is the cheapest love language, I guess, is what the men would want us to say, and physical touch, you need time to have that. So that's a form of money. It takes that. You want to get a house because you want to have a family, money. You need a car to go see each other, money. You want to have a child, money, 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 money. The child's whole life is sponsored by y'all. You need that money. So I don't get it when Black people try to divorce that from the conversation about love. We all understand the historical implications and why we at where we at and why we got what we got. All right? We get it. However, we're in this time right now. And to play devil's advocate, I don't like it that black men specifically, because we're talking about us right now, we're not talking about nobody else. Black men specifically, for years, for decades, in my own family, it is very prevalent. I have tens of real world examples of this. Black men for decades have said, oh, they're going to date outside and marry other groups and date other groups and prioritize them above us. You can go on social media. There will be threads on threads of black men talking about why they don't want no black women and why black women ain't this and why we ain't that and why we don't deserve, you know? Even though they were birthed by black women. But anyways, we don't deserve in their eyes. Other women are better, softer, more feminine, more submissive, more easily led, prettier. All type, the list could go on. All right? Go on Twitter. Go in these YouTube comments on some of these videos and see how these black men talk about women of their own race, of their own culture. We're not deemed as the top pick to them. Never see Mexican men doing that. Never see Asian men doing that. Don't really see white men doing that too much. But here we are. Our men almost take pride in it, talking about us to the public. And I'm not saying we're any better. We voice our grievances as well. But we do not outright dog them, right? Like they dog us when it comes to looks, what we have, what we do, what we, But like I said, this is devil's advocate. If black men could say all the reasons why they don't want to date a black woman about behavior and how she acts and how she speaks to them and how she carries herself and her hair and other shit that she really can't control about how she looks, then why can't black women say, oh, I'm going to date outside, or really, I'm not even going to put no race or color on it because that's not my thing. I want to date a man with some money. Why is that wrong? You need the money to live. Your wife having long hair or not has no bearing on your survival. I know a lot of black men might feel like it does because they don't want to have no kids that look like them, and that's the real tea. They don't want to have no kid that looks like the black girls that they disrespected their entire upbringing for being black and looking like them with those black features. That's the real, that's the real. But if we want to say something that is based on our survival, it's a problem. Every other group of women gets to discuss this openly. There's a TikTok. If I can find it, I'll put it in.
So his question is, if marriage finances play a factor, so what would you suggest for a person whose finances aren't there yet? To get used to fasting, brother. Get used to fasting, brother. Siyam is your wife. Your wife's name is Siyam. That's about it. Because it's very difficult, in my view, to have the responsibility that a husband has, that authority that a husband has, that respect that a husband needs, is an extension of their ability to provide. And so when a guy isn't providing, he's shaky, and at the same time he's trying to have that, that authority in his house. It's hard to do, man. That's a very, very unique and special woman who'll give you that. Allah says, الرجال قوامون على النساء. The men are the protectors and maintainers of women. بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض. Because of what Allah gave preference to one over the other, right? And so every man knows this ayah. الرجال قوامون على النساء. But Allah says, وبما أنفقوا من أموالهم. And because of what they spend of their wealth.
Well, they're asking these other groups of women, oh, Muslim women, this and that. Oh, what's the important quality of a man? Oh, money. Oh, no money. Oh, no. We can't do that. Even some of them looking low-key poor to American standard. Are like, oh, a husband with no money. Girl, no, get out of here. You're playing, right? You playing. But with us, it's like baked in with the cake. We have to accept that. And I can't. It hurts my feelings that Ayala Van Zandt is like a proponent of this struggle love culture. And you gonna be in black love, you gotta be broken, you gotta be suffering, you gotta be ride or die, and you gotta go through the bad times, and it's gonna be hard times. She's saying for the woman that we are and the men that we have, this is not an okay thing. Why? Because when the other groups of women come to get our men, they're not taking the least of us. They're not. And I know there's always a caveat. Yes, there is ghetto love. Yes, I have seen a poor white with a poor black, a poor Mexican with a poor black. I've seen it. Okay, in the Bay Area, a poor Asian with a poor black. I've seen it. But on the grand scale, it's not happening like that. They're not coming and picking up least of us, when it comes to financial, when it comes to survival. They're not doing that because that's unattractive to every other group. But for us, we have to place all of these intrinsic, like, moral values above our survival. She was like, oh, a man with integrity and a man with, which is not bad, which is, we all want all those things. Why did you divorce that from what we said? Nobody said they wanted a liar, cheater, scumbag of a husband. Nobody said that. She said, if he owned the bus, yeah, I'm down. I'm fucking with it. Yeah, I'll do it. No, I would date a bus driver. Ayala. You got enough money and enough access now at this point in your life, and you're far removed from the dating pool, the dating scene. You got grown children. You could date a bus driver if he just checked every other box for you, and he was nice, and he was sweet, and he was on time, he was thoughtful, and he was considerate, and he liked what you like, and y'all had a bunch of stuff in common, and y'all both love the Lord, and woo. You could do that because you could support both of y'all. Most women are not in that situation. And I'd argue that most women of my generation, now I'm 30, I will even go up to my mother because I was raised by this woman and her friends. Mom is 50. Nobody 50 and down want to pay a man's bills or go half with the man or look out for him in that way financially. And as a person, I'm married. I've been married for a minute. We've been together since we were young. Everything we have, we built together. I wouldn't recommend that to nobody. I just wouldn't. As a person who's done it and is still in the process of doing it now, love my husband to death, is my best friend, ride or die. I would not recommend that to anybody else. Because the things that I've been through on the path of building this life with this person, I could have easily went out, married a person that already had their life together and just plugged into that and just been ready to do all of the things that we haven't done in my specific relationship because of finances and money and access and time. I could have, and I got married at 25? I could have easily married some man at 25 that already had a life, a house, 2 cars, a retirement plan, a goddamn 401k, investments, this and that, a trust, because that's what's really necessary. If you're talking about me procreating, trust, then I don't trust you. What are you talking about? I could have easily went out and done that. Love aside, right? Strong bonds aside, I could have went out and just married a dude that had his life together already and checked every box for him that a wife should check, because I have the time and the energy to focus only on that. Not about building a life, not about making money, not about career climbing to figure out things, and then career climbing in a way that would not impact my family if I were to have one. That's the other thing. Because we could all girl boss this shit down. The internet, social media, every girl could have a lash line, a weave line, a boutique, all right, making digital planners. All of us can girl boss the shit down to the ground. We won't have time for a meaningful relationship though. And we definitely wouldn't have time to do the coddling, and we're talking about black people here, so let's stay on that. The coddling that the average black man feels that he deserves and is entitled to from their mate. We wouldn't have time. I can't girl boss and be your damn mama. I can't girl boss and cook and clean and do the other room activities. Word to Buhari. I can't. There's only so much hours in a day. I can't make my social media content, engage with my fans, ship orders, and there are women out there that try it. I applaud them. I never want to be one of you. Because I say it all the time, and at first it started as a joke. Like in my early 20s, it was a joke. Like, I'm not a strong black woman. I'm not. I never want to be that. Because I saw what my grandmother had to go through. I saw what my mother had to go through. I see all the women in my family, what they have to go through. Aunts. I never want nobody to refer to me as a strong black woman, because immediately after that means somebody's going to leave you hanging. They're not going to help you. You're not getting no support. I grew up in a very mixed environment in California. There's no strong white women. There's no strong Mexican women. It's just not a thing. And I'm not saying there are not women in those groups that are about it, because there definitely are. I know plenty. But are they referred to as that by their culture and expected to do so? No, never. So this idea, this pervasive idea of black women that we can handle anything, we can do anything, really works more to our detriment than it will ever work to our good. Because y'all want to grind us down to the bone. Beyonce's song, Who's Gonna Save the Hero? That shit never got popular because y'all don't want to hear that from a black woman. If I am out saving the world, if I have to subject myself to the lowest, the least, ride or die culture, when am I going to get to be happy and worry about me? Being a full person. When do you have time? When you're a part of hustle culture and grind culture and helping y'all to merely survive. When do you have time to be feminine and soft? Because femininity at its purest, at its most basic level, I know y'all see it in other groups, but you don't accept it from black women, is the joke from Bridesmaids, help me, I'm poor. That's femininity at its basic level. Help me, I can't do that. I can't even be troubled to open my own door, my own car door, my own door to the restaurant. Help me, I am delicate, I am weak, I am feminine. And it's not weak in a I can't, it's a weak in a I shouldn't. Because it's like, I'm a woman and I need to be soft and I need to bear children and I am lollipops, gumdrops, unicorns, all of the nice things in the world, all the cuddly things in the world. So I cannot be bothered with this harshness that would, blunt my femininity. I can't be worried about a job. I've seen and read white men studies talking about, white men podcasts, talking specifically about how women in the workplace, it forces them to become more manly. And when you force a woman in an environment where she has to compete and where she has to, show up basically on the level of a man, her coworkers, you're forcing that woman to be masculine. Black men don't read that, didn't see that, don't got that memo. So it's very interesting for us to always be included in the struggle love conversation. Like, why I gotta be broke with you in order to be deemed worthy? Why? Why do I gotta accept the bus driver, the security guard man, the call center man worth a share of 7? Why do I gotta accept that when the other girls don't? I just want to know. And at this point, it's like I demand to know. I deserve to know. Because y'all are setting us up for failure. And then y'all do all this other talking and podcasts and this and that about, why the black family is messed up and why we're not surviving and why relationships not lasting like they used to. And whoop, whoop. Because your granddaddy was paying the bills. And he might have been a bastard. He might have been an utter asshole. Nobody wanted him around. Everybody hide from grandpa. Ooh, he's a jerk. But he was paying for things and he was taking care of things in a way that made it possible for your grandma to do the things that she needed to do. If you want to go half on everything, or if I have to go more because, you only got what you got. And as a woman and non-threatening and all this, yes, capitalism is a lot more friendly to us. Hate to say it. So I got to pick up your slack as the man. Do I get to be in charge then? Like if I'm a college-educated black girl, which most of us are, we're the most educated group in the country. If I am a college-educated black girl with any type of menial office job, making $20, $25, $30 an hour, y'all are telling me I gotta date the poor black boy because he's a nice person. So when we're struggling, and money is the number one cause of divorce in America. So when we're struggling and we're broke and we got a kid that we can't feed, what are we gonna do? Our moral compass? Are we gonna go down to the church food bank and get some food to eat because we both good people? We just don't got it. What are we supposed to do? Please talk to me in the comments. And I want to continue this conversation. I want to get some more girls on and just round out the opinion because all of us feel like this. I don't want black love if it's got to be struggle love. Keep it. Keep it. Okay? I will go join a different group. That's all I'm saying. And I'm very pro-black. I went to Marcus Garvey Elementary. But I'm telling you, if I have to suffer, if I have to be broke, if I have to go without, I don't want to keep it. Because it's not going to benefit me and it's not going to benefit my future children. Because y'all think morally you deserve love just because you're a good person. Love costs money in America. I'm sorry. I didn't make the rules.